What do you think mutual masturbation is?
You masturbate, I masturbate, then we cross-turbate.
What does cross-turbate mean? Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Ali here, a platform where we have some casual conversations about sex, relationships, and other fun stuff. In today's video, I want to talk to you about something that I feel is quite devalued or underestimated in the bedroom, and that is mutual masturbation. I don't think it's something that we encourage enough of or talk enough about, and it potentially can be something that can have really positive benefits on your sex life. I know it definitely has had positive benefits for my sex life, and we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into it, I just want to remind you guys that if you are a fan of this channel and of my content and you want to support me, you can do so by checking out my Patreon by clicking on the link below this description. By doing so, you are supporting the growth and the maintenance of this channel, and I am forever grateful for that support. Let's talk about masturbation. What is mutual masturbation anyways? Mutual masturbation is when you are including your partner in self-stimulation. So basically, when you're rubbing one out, you're tossing the salad, you're jacking off, you're going to town on yourself, you are doing so in the presence of your partner. So keep in mind for this video, I'm talking to you guys about my personal experiences and my personal knowledge and information that I have learned over the years, because I know we all come from different backgrounds. Most of you might be very well versed in mutual masturbation. I don't know, but I'm going to talk about it anyways today because it is something that has been new in my life and in this relationship. And prior to being with Gab, I'd say I have a pretty active, open sex life, but mutual masturbation was never really a part of my bag of tricks or my repertoire, as you would say. I guess I just didn't really know about it. I just figured, you know, when I'm with someone, he pleases me, I please him, maybe I rub myself a little bit, maybe he rubs himself a little bit, but like pure mutual masturbation next to each other was never really a thing I ever thought of doing. And I think a lot of people also associate masturbation with it being done privately. You know, when you're a child, you start self-exploring and so on, you're often taught to do those things in a private place. So doing it in the presence of somebody else, as sexual as you can be a little bit intimidating and overwhelming and cause a little bit of anxiety, depending who you are, where you come from, what your experience is. If you choose to do that in front of somebody, you're opening up the possibility for more connection, more sexual connection, more intimacy, more emotional connection, and it can be really great. So when do you do it? Basically, whenever you want. I'd say that the time when it is probably done the most is when a woman is having intercourse with a man and wants to reach orgasm. Because we all know that only 25 to 30% of women orgasm during intercourse. It's quite a low number. I can come during intercourse, but like most women, it's through clitoral stimulation and not vaginal orgasm. I think I've had maybe 1 or 2 vaginal orgasms, but I can't tell you for sure. Anyways, so usually what happens is the woman has a hard time finishing, or she can't finish. After the guy has come, or maybe he hasn't come yet, depending on the situation, you can stop the intercourse and, you know, masturbate in front of your partner, either with your hand or with a vibrator or a toy or whatever it is, while he's holding you, while, you know, there's fluids everywhere, there's sweat, there's odors, you're both hot and panting, you've just fucked for I don't know how long, and you want to finish yourself off. Just keep in mind, that doesn't mean the sex was bad or anything like that. It's just sometimes they need a little bit of help. As great as the guy can be, sometimes maybe he just can't get her to orgasm and she needs to do that herself. But that doesn't mean you're bad in bed. You can just lie there, you can support her, you can hold her, you could touch her, you could like breathe on her and all that kind of stuff, and that will definitely help her get there. Because I can tell you that I have been in some situations where I've had a hard time orgasming during sex. So I would just tell Gab, oh, I'm gonna grab Stella. Stella is my vibrator, by the way. That's her name. She is a magic wand and she's wonderful. And I'll grab Stella. Usually he'll have already come, but I will be lying next to him and he'll be like holding me tight in his chest, and it's great. And I usually like to have control over Stella at that point because I know exactly where to put her, on what frequency, and I can finish myself off. And then we both feel great, you know, and then I put her down and we both just sort of hold each other in our arms and go back to bed. Chill, sleep, kiss, laugh, whatever. That is one way of mutually masturbating with your partner, a very common way actually. So like I said, either the guy will finish and she'll finish herself off, or the guy might wait, and as she's masturbating with him, he will mutually masturbate with her and they will come together and have a happily ever after. Another moment where you might consider mutually masturbating is when you're just fucking tired. I mean, look, people got kids, people got jobs, people got shit to do, and let's be honest, sometimes you don't want to get all like hot and heavy with sex and have this, you know, a long physical, acrobatic, sexual experience. You just want to lie there and get off. I mean, it's reality. It's the truth. In order to make it a little bit more special, you guys can masturbate together. Either it's in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, whatever, you're tired, you're lying next to each other. You both can simultaneously stimulate each other. Gab and I usually do, you know, a few things. Either we'll put on some porn and watch something together. Well, he's jacking off, I'm rubbing myself, he's holding me always like close to his body, and there's just like breathing and panting, and we're getting horny and we're watching porn, and then we come together, which is really nice. Or we don't really need porn, and that's good enough as is, because when you're lying next to each other and you know you're starting to get excited, you're both touching each other, your heart rate goes up, your breathing increases, it gets a little bit more heavy, you're getting a little bit more hot, there's electricity going between you two, the sweat starts accumulating on the skin, and that is just like very hot in itself, and we can both come that way as well. And oftentimes mutual masturbation will sort of be a form of foreplay. You can mutually masturbate before you enter, you know, a whole sexual escapade with somebody else. But oftentimes, and this has happened often with us, is that we'll often start out in a mutual masturbation sort of situation, thinking that it'll just be that. I'll often have my vibrator with me, Stella actually, she'll be with me, and I'll be using her and he'll be doing his thing. And then I'll get too excited and say, you know what, fuck this, like let me climb on top of you right now. So he says, okay. And then it just turns into full-blown sex, because what started out as, oh, you know, I'm kind of tired and I just want to relax and masturbate and be close to you and so on. All of a sudden you get this insane burst of energy and you're like, I just want to fuck. I just want to fuck now. Let's fuck. I want to sit on top of you. I want to get like super into it, and just turns into this full-blown sex intercourse session, which is awesome. You'd be surprised what it can do for you. So why do I like mutual masturbation so much? Well, I feel like, and I've mentioned this before in some of my videos, where I'm sort of entering a stage where I'm evolving and I'm not really sure what turns me on anymore, because the kind of stuff that turned me on before, which I still think are very sexy, and I definitely have a responsive desire to it, I don't have a spontaneous desire to that anymore. I'm trying to figure out what turns me on now. I'm not sure quite yet. I've mentioned in my previous videos that I have a very vivid imagination, and when I have sex, I love to imagine scenarios in my head. Either they're with me, either they're with Gab, either Gab's with someone else and I'm on the outside, or I'm somebody else. Just crazy shit goes on in my mind when we have sex. Because I'm not too sure what turns me on anymore, I feel like my imagination is kind of struggling a little bit. So when we have sex together, I have a harder time coming to orgasm. But when we mutually masturbate next to each other, I feel a little bit more relaxed in that I'm sort of in charge of my orgasm at that point, and I can play around with my imagination a little bit. I've been doing a lot of reading and research. I've been looking into literotica a lot, and let me tell you, literotica is really fucking sexy. I actually just posted some practice literotica videos on my Patreon where I'm reading the old Dear Penthouse stories. As cheesy as they are, some of those stories are really fucking hot. Anyways, it is quite fun for me to sit there with Stella and Gab next to me and sort of think about these stories and just get my imagination going again. And just mutual masturbation is great. It really makes both of you feel relaxed. You're both sexually pleased. I mean, each of you know exactly what to do to bring yourself to completion. The fact that you can enjoy that moment together, you can be intimate, you can connect, you can both get off, get the endorphins going, relieve the stress, sleep better. I mean, what more benefits would you want other than that? That's my 2 cents on mutual masturbation. Now, I'm curious to know what Gab thinks about mutual masturbation, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him and see what he has to say about it. Okay, I wanted to ask you what your thoughts are about mutual masturbation.
I love it. I highly approve. It's fun, it's relaxed. We should do it more often.
What do you think mutual masturbation is?
You masturbate, I masturbate, then we cross our bait.
What does crosturbate mean?
I masturbate you and you masturbate me. I think that's crosturbate.
Did you just make that up?
I heard it once. I gotta give Anne the copyright on that one. And yeah, I think people should do more mutual masturbation.
Do you like watching me masturbate?
Yeah.
Do you like me watching you masturbate?
Yeah.
What do you imagine when you masturbate next to me? Are you fantasizing about something or are you in the moment?
In my head, imagine what it's like to scroll TikTok, but just replace with all porn. So it's like swipe, 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 swipe. So there's like, it's not like a long story that I kind of stay in for a long time. It's more like flashes. And then there's like, imagine anything, there's everything in that. It's like scrolling TikTok.
It's like your Reddit memes.
It's like my Reddit porn memes, exactly.
So you would encourage others to include mutual masturbation into their sexual repertoire?
I would, yes.
Yes. Why would we mutual masturbate? What are some reasons why we would do it, according to you?
Well, you know, as a guy, we don't have a problem of not coming. We come, like that's our thing as guys, you know. It's like even the problem is not coming too fast. But as girl, there's a problem of not coming. It's not that easy, and then you get into your head, it could be long. But usually, girls can make themselves come. So there you go. Like then I would encourage it because it's like more coming, especially for the girls. Sometimes it's just like, you're there, I like to watch, but don't touch me. Like, oh, j'ai chaud là. So then that's another reason. I see many reasons. I will give you another reason. Let's say there's a girl and she's like, but I don't really masturbate. Then it's like, now we have a reason you should masturbate, and you shall.
Let's do it together.
Let's do it together as a cool little romantic activity.
I also said it's because sometimes you're just a little tired and you just want to come and not work too hard and fall asleep.
That's another good reason. Yeah. I highly approve. There's many reasons. It's like on the spot, I can think of a few, but then if I start to think about it for 24 hours, I could have a bigger list. But do you really need more than one?
No. So you approve mutual masturbation?
I highly approve. Not only that I approve it, I'm a big advocate for it.
Thank you.
Right. You want to roll me out of the shot?
Okay. Oh. So that's it, friends. That's mutual masturbation for you. Why not do it? Everyone is happy. The endorphins are released. You're feeling good. You're feeling relaxed. It can really, really bring you guys closer together. I'm an advocate for it. If you want to try it, give it a go. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I know masturbation can be associated with doing things in private. It can be a really great way to connect on a much deeper level with your partner if you allow them in that private space of yours. But if you have any mutual masturbation stories, please drop them in the comments below. And like I said, if you want to support this channel, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. Link is below this description. Thank you so much, friends. See you in the next video. Je vous aime. Bye.